What's up, evolutionaries? It's your boy Callie, and I'm back again with another video. If this is your first time tuning into my YouTube channel, welcome to the evolution. And if you are a returning viewer, as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always being here whenever I release a video to show your support. It means a lot to me. As usual, your support is greatly appreciated. Today's video is the second chapter in the 17 Sustainable Development series that I introduced 2 videos ago. The first video was about an introduction of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and the second video was the first goal, which was no poverty. So today is chapter 14, goal number 2, zero hunger, and as I said before, it's the second chapter in the 17 Sustainable Development series. So yes, I can't wait to get started. So let's dive right into it. Well, no, before I do that, as I've always explained, the video is split in 3 parts. The first part is speaking about the overview of what zero hunger means. The second part speaks about the targets, the 3 main targets that the United Nations have put in place to achieve zero hunger. And the third thing we'll be speaking about progress and information, how far the United Nations has come in achieving this goal, and also any additional information that may or may not be needed. As mentioned in the previous video, because of the interest of time and the length of the video, I'm not able to go in detail too much. However, the link for this specific topic will be left in the description. You can go and find any information that you might need. I think I'm talking too much now. Let's dive into it. What does zero hunger refer to? Zero hunger refers to eradicating hunger and malnutrition, achieving food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Pretty straightforward, right? So it's basically getting rid of hunger, getting rid of malnutrition. So focusing on healthy styles of living, dieting, having a balanced diet, achieving food security. That's referring to always having food at hand. So securing food for a next day or for however long. Improve nutrition, again, goes back to having a balanced diet, and promoting sustainable agriculture. Many different countries have farmers or fishing, and so we want to promote agriculture in all forms. The second section that I want to speak about, well, not the second section, but the goal that we want to highlight is zero hunger, as said before. And the tagline for this is end hunger, achieve food security, and improved nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. So remember, each goal has their specific taglines. For no poverty, it was end poverty in all its forms everywhere. And so for this one, it's end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Important facts to note. The first one, 2.37 billion people are without food or unable to get a healthy, balanced diet on a regular basis. The second fact is the pandemic will worsen child nutrition, or we should say it has worsened child malnutrition. Subparting those, the first one would be stunted growth. Food increases how we grow. And so 149.2 million children have been stunted as a result of this. The second one would be 45.4 million children suffer from wasting. And the third one is 38.9 million children are overweight. So the pandemic, as mentioned with no poverty, has literally set us back. It's unpredictable, and we never knew that this would have happened. But no poverty and zero hunger have been set back significantly because of COVID-19. And that concludes the overview of No, it doesn't. My bad. It doesn't. The third important fact that you need to note is that almost a third of women of reproductive age globally suffer from anemia, in part due to nutrition deficiencies. As you know, anemia is a condition of the blood. I believe, I'm no doctor, but I think it is. And so part of the reason, or part of the cause of anemia in women, is as a result of nutrition deficiencies, which can be accounted for when you think about hunger and not having enough food to eat, or having a balanced diet. And that concludes, or officially concludes, the first part of this video, which is the overview of what zero hunger is. Let's move on to the second part, which is the three main targets that the United Nations have implemented to achieve zero hunger. Let's get to it. So let's move on to the second section of today's video, which is the three main targets that the United Nations has implemented to achieve zero hunger. The first one is target 2.1. By 2030, end hunger and ensure access by all people, in particular the poor and vulnerable, including infants, to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food all year round. Very simple. Target 2.2 states that by 2030, end all forms of malnutrition, including achieving by 2025. So yes, I know the entire goal, which is zero hunger, wants to be achieved or is supposed to be achieved by 2030, but by 2025, the internationally agreed targets on stunting and wasting, as mentioned in the three important facts, in children under 5 years of age, and address the nutritional needs of adolescents, girls, pregnant and lactating women, and older persons. Again, very simple. The third one is target 2.3, and this one says by 2030, double the agricultural productivity and incomes of small-scale food producers, in particular women, indigenous peoples, family farmers, pastoralists, and fishers, including through secure and equal access to land, other productive resources and inputs, knowledge, financial services, markets, and opportunities for value addition and non-farm employment. Basically, what that is saying is, in order for them to increase or double the productivity and income of small-scale food producers such as family farmers, fishers, they want to implement or to acquire more land space so that these farmers can do their business, or the fishers can sell their fish. So it's not only that, but it's also getting the productive resources for them in order to have this or to carry out these tasks on a daily basis so that their money can be increased. And when doing that, it will provide opportunities for value addition and non-farm employment for other persons who would like to probably buy from them, or any other sub-employment that deals with non-farm employment. And that completes the second section of today's video, the three main targets that the United Nations has implemented to fix this issue, which is zero hunger. Let's move on to the final section of today's video, progress and information. Now let's move on to the third and final section of today's video, progress and information. As per usual, I will be reading from my little notes that I took because it's a lot of information. So again, the link will be left in the description below so you can view the entire thing. Let's get started. So it says, even before the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of people experiencing hunger globally and suffering from food insecurity had been rising gradually since 2014. The pandemic has increased the vulnerabilities and inadequacies of global food systems, potentially leaving hundreds of millions more people chronically undernourished and making the goal of ending hunger more difficult to achieve. Between 83 and 132 million more people may already have been pushed into chronic hunger in 2020. In addition, countries and territories around the world continue to struggle with multiple forms of malnutrition. In 2020, wasting and overweight affected 6.7% of children under the age of 5, respectively. The average agricultural output per labor day of small-scale food producers in the limited number of countries and territories surveyed is lower than that of large-scale producers, who also earn up to 2 or 3 times the annual income of small-scale producers. Global holdings of plant genetic resources for food and agriculture in 2020 reached 5.7 million accessions served in 831 gene banks by 114 countries and territories and 17 regional and international research centers. The world is still far off target for maintaining the genetic diversity of farmed and domesticated animals, either in the field or in gene banks. The risk status of 61% of local livestock breeds remains unknown. Of the limited numbers surveyed, 74% are deemed to be at risk of extinction, yet there is only sufficient material in gene banks for 203 out of global total of 7,700 local livestock breeds to reconstitute the breed in the event of its extinction. That is it. Why can't I pronounce that word good? Extinction. So yes, and that's the progress and information. So it's a struggle. It's evident that there are things that still need to be done to achieve this. And it's a great setback, as said before, that COVID-19 has posed as it relates to this. But it's a work in progress, and we will definitely achieve it, if not by 2030, sooner than you think, or even later than 2030, but eventually it will be achieved. Optimism is key. Positive thinking equals positive results, and that's what we want to do. Think positively. And that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sitting and listening to me educate you. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about the series that I'm doing, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals series, in particular the Zero Hunger topic today. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, one more subscriber equals one more supporter against all the human rights infringements, and as of 2 videos ago, the achievement of these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Again, thank you guys for being here. It was my pleasure sitting and educating as usual. Callie is signing out. Wait, no. See you in 1 week. Callie is signing out. Bye, guys.